Hi, I'm just an average guy with the name of a fish, and I wanted to talk about My Little Pony infection AU or virus AU that I was working on for a while ago, but I never really did anything about it for a long time. So I wanted to talk about it now. So it's called Sour Apple, and like the characters won't be written correctly, and there's probably like anything that's like lore specific to the show might be really incorrect because it's like been a while since I've watched anything My Little Pony related. And also some descriptions for like the symptoms of the stages might somewhat be gory. Like the descriptions itself isn't really gore like at all, but some people that just might have like a really imaginations, and like maybe they just might make it like really bad to themselves to imagine. And also there's going to also be art with it, but like I won't be making any dead bodies, and also the drawings of like the characters that are infected, like they're really not that bad. They're really still child friendly, so that's probably not going to be much of a problem. Also, some like roles and characterizations or some things about the AU were inspired by T-Baby on YouTube with like their writing of an infection AU. So basically, like for now on, like the story part of the infection AU. So at the beginning, like when Ponyville was being founded, so Granny Smith built the farm, and like on a plot of land that was originally like had radioactive rocks or crystals, and kind of like built it on top of that, or like kind of got rid of it and then built it. But since due to the constant exposure that Granny Smith got from it, she eventually became immune to anything that like the radiation of the crystals, and any pony descending from her bloodline is like her son, her grandchild, a child, grandchild, I don't know. But it's like anyone who marries into the family is not immune. That's kind of the idea. So fast forward, Granny Smith dies, and after a month or so after she's been buried, Granny Smith apple tree grows, which is kind of a Granny Smith tree. I don't know what that's supposed to do. Anyways, AppleJack sees this and like comes with the conclusion that like, oh, this is a blessing from Granny Smith to our farm for to help make and sell food. I'm not so sure. So a day or week pass, and like so they make the pastries and they go out to town to sell them, and like from a day to a week pass, like ponies are acting really strangely. So now on to the symptoms. For stage 1 are like a bit of hair loss, sunken eyes, feeling very dehydrated, and some ponies get nauseous. Stage 2 symptoms are the sclera being slightly red and the iris slowly becoming a vibrant green color. Juice of the apple turns into foam and leaks out of their mouths, kind of like how like when you have rabies, or like sometimes like when you have rabies, you have foam like or saliva that's like foams up in your mouth and it's like that, but it's not saliva because it's just apple juice that foams. So then like their joints and bones slowly become thin and like they become slightly aggressive. So something also starts to scruff in their backs. So for stage 3, it's extreme hair loss, practically balding. The mouth foam darkens to like a dark sort of green, and their scleras become incredibly red and irritated due to their eyes burning. Their teeth also start to rot and fall away. Their bodies become incredibly frail, and the thing sprouting from their back is like a tree sprout. I forgot they're called. I'll probably put it somewhere. They also stay in sunlight no matter how hot it is, and they won't go anywhere unless they know there's going to be sunlight there. So stage 4 symptoms are the hooves connect to the ground like roots, and the tree slowly grows larger and leaves start to grow on it. Their bodies grow elongated, like horizontally, and the tree's actual roots protrude the pony's underside in an attempt to connect to the ground, and once the roots do touch the ground, it's impossible for ponies to move whatsoever. Also, their eyes dissolve into their eye sockets and just come like a small red eyeball thing. I'm not so sure how to describe it. So stage 5 isn't that bad. They just become a tree. Their bodies are used as fertilizer to help the tree grow, which explains the constant needing of water and going in sunlight because, photosynthesis. When they become a tree, more vibrant green apples will grow on them, and whoever eats them will become infected, and the cycle will restart. Each stage lasts like 1 week, except for stage 5, because stage 5 kind of lasts forever. So, onto the characters. AppleJack and AppleBloom. AppleJack is immune to the infection, while AppleBloom is not. Because I'm pretty sure that, like, AppleBloom was adopted. but I might be wrong about that. So wait, oh, wrong way. So they're kept in a bunker that Pinkie Pie built underneath Sugar Cube Corner, and when she made when she had a lot of free time. The rest of AppleJack's family are safe in the farm and are aware of what's happening, so they've kept people out of their land or off the farmland, and those who aren't immune within the family are sadly infected and are out in the fields slowly becoming trees. AppleJack is constantly watching Apple Bloom and is worried for her because she can get infected. Pinkie Pie isn't immune, but she is safe. She's the first one to sense danger due to her movements, like her twitchy knee and eye blinking. I'm not so sure like which order was like danger, but I think it involved the twitchy knee. So she doesn't go out, but she stays on watch and will feel if danger is around the bunker and when it is or isn't safe to leave. She also provides emotional support in the bunker and treats as well. Rarity is also not immune, but is safe. She is within the bunker, and in charge of sanitation and knowing who leaves and enters. She makes sure that anyone presenting symptoms is kept out. So Twilight isolates herself with Spike being the only one who enters and leaves the room, and reverts back to how she was in the beginning of the series, focusing on work and not on friendship. So she keeps working on finding a cure using one sample of AppleJack's blood and bits of sour apples. And in this process of experimenting or like trying to figure out a cure, she ends up like infecting Spike with the apple, and like he kind of dies. But in the name of research, it's okay. Rainbow Dash is infected. She was the first to get infected, and she got infected by like eating an apple straight from the original tree, which is like this. And so when she was in the second stage, she attacks Fluttershy, infecting Fluttershy as well. So Fluttershy is infected, but also kind of dead because she was mauled. Once she reached stage 5, this tree sprouting from her is small and only grows at most 3 apples due to the lack of water and sunlight. So the end of it all is like a year had passed and all that was left in Ponyville were trees. So Twilight never found a cure and died of starvation and dehydration. She never left the room and refused to eat due to finding the cure, and all the trees were cut down and thrown into a pile to burn. The end. I don't plan on making a comic or illustration of the whole thing, so if anyone like watching wants to make a comic of this, which I kind of doubt anyone would want to do because My Little Pony virus content is kind of dead, or like I haven't seen much recently. But if you want to make something like that, I allow it because that seems cool. I'm also not so sure if anyone has made a AU of My Little Pony that's like related to apples. But if anyone does, oh well, maybe. I doubt mine is like so different from it because I'm not so sure. I'm not that original person, so it's pretty easy to come up with the ideas I think of. But yeah, thanks for watching. Bye.